Flosstube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dana Klinkner, and this is my channel, Day by Day with Dana. It's a channel all about cross stitch and crochet and just crafty goodness. It has been a while, you guys. I was looking back, and I think it's been like 7 to 8 months since I've posted a video, which is crazy long. I don't know how it went that fast. I'm just in a nutshell, kind of what the last 7 to 8 months have been is I have a thyroid condition called Hashimoto's, which is autoimmune thyroid condition, and I've had a pretty big flare going on, and so it just has made everyday functioning in life pretty limited. And so there's been going on, and I've also just needed to spend some time being really intentional about my health because of that. And when you have a Hashimoto's flare, and when you have Hashimoto's in general, you really have to be super intentional about your self-care and about all the things that support that. And so I could go on and on about that, but I'm not going to today. So I've had to really be intentional about my health. Also, my husband's work has just been crazy. Like, he's been covering for a team member who has, on maternity leave. And so his work, he's been doing like the job of 2 people, which has just been a lot. So trying to support him. And then our son, I homeschool, and he was finishing up his freshman year of high school. And so there's just been a lot of that. And then our daughter and son-in-law, our daughter, she's married. For those of you who know, she's also a stitcher. Her, on Instagram, her handle is World on a String by Dara. And you can find her on Instagram, and she has been stitching away like crazy. She's just gone crazy in the stitching community. She makes floss tubes, and she also does a lot of pattern designing. And so I've been doing some test stitching for her and kind of just supporting them. And our son-in-law finished his degree in electrical engineering, started a new job. Like, there's just been all kinds of stuff going on. I have been dying though for like the last month. I've been like, I need to get on there and I need to do a video, because through it all, I have been stitching, and I cannot tell you how thankful I have been for stitching and crochet. You guys know I also crochet. Those 2 hobbies have just been lifesavers for me. I'm so thankful during times like this where maybe I can't do as much and I can't run around as much, or my energy is really low, but I can still stitch. I can still make things with my hands. I can still, be creative. And so that's a huge blessing. It's one of the reasons I love these hobbies. So anyways, I thought for today that like the title says, this is going to be like a whip parade. And I thought to dive back in, I'm just going to show you guys all the finishes that I have from the last 7 months. And then I also thought that I would dive into all of my whips, because I just thought that's a good place to start. I could show you guys what I've been working on and what I have going on. And then hopefully we'll springboard from there and do these a lot more consistently. So does that sound good? So come along with me today for a little stitching journey. So grab a tea or something and coffee, get comfortable. So let's dive in. I'm going to start with my finishes because I've got some ones that I'm really excited about. The first one that I did is I did this for my husband's stepmom. So like one of my mother-in-laws. And it's from the Bee Stitch Me cards by Lori Holt. I call them Bee Stitch Me cards, but they're the stitch cards, the Bee by Bee in My Bonnet. And I did one from set D, and I chose this one. And you guys, these cards are amazing because you get 4 in a pack, so you get 4 patterns. I get mine from Fat Quarter Shop. I'm actually a part of their quarterly, they send these out quarterly, the new designs. And so there's, this is set D. I think right now they're all the way up to set like Q, MNOPQ, or Q, I think just released. And so I am a part of this. And so once a quarter, they let out the new design, and then you just get it in the mail automatically, which is really fun. So, anyways, I was going to show you the one that I did. Well, I'll just show you. I did this one, the watering can right here, but I changed the colors up. I wanted to do it darker, and so I'm going to show you guys just what the stitch cards are like because they're so cool. So they've come printed on this really nice cardstock, and then the pattern's here on the back, and it has like, you know, the floss colors and all that. And really good picture for you to see the stitching if you're somebody who likes to see the finished work up front. And so I took this and I changed out the colors of the border. So I'm going to put a picture right here. And as you can see, I did it in the darker colors. And let me look up what those are so I can tell you what they were. Oops. Okay, I love this. This is my little cross stitch journal from the Fat Quarter Shop. Okay, I used all the called for DMC except I subbed, instead of the yellow border, I subbed in 930, DMC 930, which is a denim color, to be the border because I wanted it to be darker. And then I just used fabric that was in our stash because I thought it looked fun, kind of like a little springtime, when you first start gardening and there's the springtime, you know, showers and things like that. And then I just ordered that frame off of Amazon. I could put the link to the, I'll put the Amazon link. I'm gonna write myself a note of frame that we used. Because what I liked about it is it's the kind of frame that can sit up on its own, or it can lean back. It has a leaning thing, or it has or you can hang it. So I like that there's the options. And what's really fun is you can pop out the front of it, and then just you could stitch up more of those cards to give to someone as a gift, and then you could just switch those out. Like, how fun would that be? I just thought that that would be a really fun gift for my mother-in-law that I could give her, and then periodically just stitch her another one, like for the holidays or for the fall or for whatever, because there's so many stitch cards. And then she would just have this neat little picture that she could just change out, you know, throughout the year. So that's kind of my vision for it, and it's why I made it for her. So that's my first finish. My next finish was this pattern called A Bouquet of Pheasants. And this is by Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower. This was in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine it was the 2022 Christmas Winter magazine issue. And it was in there. And so I already gave it to my dad. So I'm going to put a picture of it here. It was on his birthday that I gave it to him. And I just put it in a little frame, little 4x6, oh no, it was 5x7 frame that we got from Amazon. I wanted to make it for him because pheasants were something that I saw in their home a lot. And he had his dad used to love to hunt pheasants, and they had some really pretty pictures in their home that way. And just when I see pheasants, it reminds me of my dad's whole side of the family. So I thought he would enjoy it for his birthday. So it was fun to give it to him. Next, I had a really, really huge finish, which I was so excited about it. I've worked on it for over a year, and what it is and I'm going to put a picture of the pattern here. It is the Owl Forest Embroidery Hummingbirds. And let me look up what I stitched it on. Number 10. Okay. I stitched it on a 16 count Witchelt Icelandic blue. And it is the Hummingbirds by Owl Forest, and I made this for my mom. It was her birthday this year in June, and I originally was going to try to do it for Christmas, but I didn't get it done in time, so I worked hard so it could be done for like Mother's Day in June, and also her birthday in June. And so I was super excited to give this to her. I'm going to insert a little video. I made a video where I kind of walked through and showed you the whole thing up close. So I'm going to insert that now. Hi everyone, this is my Owl Forest Embroidery Hummingbird pattern finished. I can't believe it. I'm going to do some close-ups now. The different sections. These leaves right here, they were a booger to do. Those were hard. I love all the hummingbirds in here. All the different... Isn't that fun? So cool. I'll come down here to this section. Oh, and I figured out a way to do my initials. I just did a really simple, kind of a box stitch for that. I will tell you, these flowers too, they took some time. They took them, it was like count, count, and recount. Same with this guy right here. Count, count, and recount. There it is. I did it. It's actually going to be a gift for my mom for her birthday. And I'm super excited to give it to her. Yay. A finish. Okay, so there you see all the stitching. It was really fun to give it to her. She was surprised. She knew I'd been working on it, but she didn't know that I'd finished it and framed it. We did take it to the framer to see if we could get it done, but framing, guys, is expensive. So my husband and I decided to try framing it on our own since it was a really standard size frame. And so we, again, just found a really good frame on Amazon that had a really good finishing. I will put the link for that one as well. Frame for, let's see. I'm going to put link for mom's frame. Because I was super nervous, like, gosh, is it going to work out? Is it going to look good? But it had the coolest finishing tools. It was really good quality. And on the back, it even has one of those things where it's tied on both sides and has the wire so that you can hang it according to how it will hang easily. So I was really impressed with the quality. And I just used, I just stretched the fabric, and it's not perfect, but I felt like it was good enough, and I was really happy with it. So anyways, that's another one of my big finishes. Then let's take out some of these. I also finished my first Mill Hill. So this is the little kit called Sleigh Ride by Mill Hill, and it was the Celestial Sleigh. And if you guys aren't familiar with Mill Hills, they are kits that are done on perforated paper, and you cross stitch, and then there's also beadwork on them as well, which I'd never done beadwork with cross stitch before. And I thought I really want to try one. So here it is. Yay, I'm so excited. It turned out really, really well. Isn't that fun? So as you can see, it has like, see the beads in there, all the outline of the sleigh. It even has like metallic thread swirling all through the sleigh. And then of course they give you the little star charm. And I'm trying to kind of move it so you can see the beads and the metallic thread. I'll tell you, metallic thread is not my favorite. That stuff is hard to work with. But this turned out really good, and it's a little ornament. And then I backed it with felt. I just put it on a piece of felt, and then I just cut around it like they teach you to do. And it was really fun to work on. I will tell you, they take some time, but they're really fun. I actually enjoyed stitching on the perforated paper. It's not hard at all. It was a really easy thing to take with you if you want to go somewhere and stitch on it, like in the car or on a little, like while you're watching your kids at a game or something like that. It's really easy to transport with you. So it was really fun. I can't wait to hang this on the tree this year. I'm really proud of it. So I've already picked my next Mill Hill kit that I want to work on because I'm like, oh my goodness, it was so fun. The next one, I'll share that in another one. Guys, I'm focusing on finishes and whips, right? Finishes and whips. Okay, the next one that I want to share is the Jubilee Pincushion ornament by Helen Phillips, and I got this on Etsy. Actually, my dear friend from England, Christine, she actually gave this to me as a gift, and we were working on it together. She finished hers way before I did, but I finally finished it, and so I wanted to show you guys. Yay! It was so fun. It was a really fun little stitch, and now I just need to finish it. finish it up into like an ornament. I'm not sure if I'll do it, like they show it here in a little pillow, or I'm not sure if I'll do it there in a little frame or a little pillow, but I love this for the Jubilee. I thought this was so pretty because you guys know I love the Queen. Miss her dearly, and so I love having this now. This is really like such a fun piece of history, I feel like. And this I did on, it was just a white, let me see. Okay, it was just a 16 count white Aida. That's all it was. And I used the called for DMC. So yeah, it was just a basic little piece of Aida, white Aida. Super fun. Okay, next up is one that my daughter designed, Dara. Her name is Dara, like Sarah, but with a D. And let's see, 28. Okay, I stitched this one on 16 count Crystal Helix by, I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. And here it is, it's called Christmas Tree. And it has like a sparkle in the fabric you can see. Is that not so cute? Dara does really cute kawaii style designs. I love them. They're so fun. So I switched the colors out of her pattern. Her original pattern had more primary colors. Let me show you the pattern page, pattern picture. She did it more in hers in primary, and I wanted mine more in the softer, see, she did hers in like primary red, blue, yellow. I did mine in kind of a blue, orange, pink, kind of blue, orange, yellow, more pastel colors. I wanted a softer gold star and things like that. So I did the tree in 912. I did the trunk in 3862. These are all DMC numbers. I did the yellow star in 445. I did the blue, the dark blue in 519 and the light blue in 162. And I did the pink and red in 893 and 818. And I did the orange in 3340 and 20. So those are the colors that I used in DMC. And then this was a gold metallic floss that does the is it silver or gold? Actually, it's silver. Sorry. It's a silver metallic, the DMC silver metallic one. I can't remember the number of that one, but just a basic silver. So yeah, that one was really fun to do. I started it in December and I think I finished it in December or January. I got it done pretty quick. It's a really quick, easy little stitch. If you look at the size, it's really fun and easy. So super fun and fun to work on. And then I also finished my, and I'll use my board for this. I just have a little board. I don't have my big board out and ready. But you guys know how much I love the Country Cottage Needleworks. Let me look this one up. Oops. 25. The Country Cottage Needleworks sampler of the month. This is the July sampler of the month, and I have not ironed it, you guys, so it's all like, it's been folded up, it's been in the Q-snap, it's got a lot, it looks wear and tear wise. So there it is. I did this on 16 count Witchelt on the beautiful beige. That's what I've been doing all of them on. I did all the called for DMC, and yeah, so let me show you up front. It starts off with the little Uncle Sam's, and has the bunting. That house, isn't that house adorable with the little star on it? That little flag, I love the little flag. And then it repeats the pattern again on the bottom. This was a super fun stitch to do. I can't wait. My goal was to have it done by like 4th of July, but I didn't finish it till just a couple weeks ago. And so, well, which was right after 4th of July, but I'm just gonna save it. I'll get it ready to go, so it'll be ready to put up next year. And these, isn't that fun? July sampler of the month. So that was fun. And let's see. I've loved those samplers of the month. I've done January, February, March, April, July, October. Those are all the ones that I have done. And so when you get to my stitching, I'll show you which one I'm working on next when I show you my whips. Let's see, is there anything else? Let's see, that one, that one, that one. Oh, there is another one. I did a test stitching for Dara, one of Dara's patterns that was part of the Stitchers Collective. They have been doing these collaborations. If you're not familiar with the Stitchers Collective, you can look them up on Instagram. It's a collection of 100 designers who've gotten together, and their whole purpose is they want to promote and encourage and support one another in their design work, not be in competition, but like support and promote each other. And so they periodically will do these collaborations where they all go together on one theme, and then they create a whole bunch of patterns, and they'll sell them together in a bundle. And then the bundles, like, so you can get like, you know, 30 patterns of cross stitch patterns for like, I can't remember, $30, $40. It's really amazing. And they just come up with these different themes. And so one of the themes that they did was, that Dara was a part of, was the Earth Day. They did like an Earth Day collaboration. So she did a really cute design and asked me to test stitches. So I'm gonna put the picture up here. This is called Help Plant and Clean. So it's help the bees, plant more trees, and clean the seas. Again, it's got that cutesy look to it, and I really love it. So it was really fun to test stitch this for her. So the Stitchers Collective bundle's no longer available. They do it for a short time, but she's now made this available individually on her Etsy shop. So if you go to World on a String, you can either go to worldonastring.com, you can go to World on a String by Dara on Instagram, and she's got a link in her bio to her Etsy shop there, or her Etsy shop is called World on a String by Dara. So you can look it up anyway. If you want to get this pattern, that's where that is where it was. Let me see what I did that one on. That was stitched on 14 count Aida light ice blue. 14 count Aida light ice blue. And I used all of the called for DMC. So let's see what else. Did I miss anything else? No, those were all of my finishes. Now let's get into whips, because I've been doing a lot of stitching, which has been really fun. Let's just do our whole whip parade. I've got a big old pile of stuff. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 piles of project bags, and I'm just going to start going through and showing you guys what I've been working on. So here, all right, let's get into my whips. Let me show you what I've got. The first one here is by Satsuma Street. This is actually it's a cross stitch ornament kit that's done by Satsuma Street, and it's this one. It's the Turtle Doves by Satsuma Street. Cute. And she does a whole series, you guys. She's got tons of ornaments. She's got ornaments for Christmas. She's got ornaments for Halloween. Go to satsumastreet.com, and she has a wonderful amount of patterns. I love her patterns. They're really fun. Anyways, these ornament kits are done on perforated paper, and they come as a full kit when you buy it. And so you get, well, actually, yeah, it is a whole kit. You get the threads, the beads, you get everything, almost like a Mill Hill kit. You get all the stuff to make it. And so let me show you. Yeah, because hello, you get all the beads, the stuff for the finishing, you get a needle. She gives you really great instructions. You get the whole shebang. So here we go. Here's my progress here's what I've gotten. I should put this on my board. Where's my board? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Whoops. I'm trying to get back. I haven't done this in a while. I'm trying to remember all the things. So there we go. That's where my progress on the turtle doves. It's really fun to work on, you guys. And I don't mind the perforated paper. It's so pretty. It's been really fun to work on. I enjoy this. To me, just feels a little I mean, even though it's still cross stitch, it feels just like an easier, simpler, you know, just very calming, therapeutic kind of a simple project. And they're not very big, so they're fun to kind of, you can work on a little bit here. And I take all of the strings, and these are just floss cards that are old from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery that I got in other years ago in orders, and I just use those, and then I separate out my floss, and then I just write the numbers on them, and then I've just got it all flossed up and ready to go. Flossed up. I've got it all kitted up and ready to go. Anyways, so that is that one. I'm really loving it. And I have a couple more of those. I really want to get them done before Christmas. I could put more cross-stitched stuff on my tree this year. I think that will be really fun. So there's that. And then I thought I'll show you this one. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and it's called Sweet Summer. I almost have it done. I was trying to get it done and I didn't get it all the way done, but it's this one. And I love these are little like $5 or $6 patterns that you can pick up in their Etsy shop. I love them. You can get the ones where they send them to you, or you can get the ones where they're digital and you just print them out. They're super good. They really do a great job with their patterns. And so let me see. This one is on, gotta pull it up. Okay, this one I'm stitching on, oh, I don't even know. It's a miscellaneous fabric from my stash, but it's a 14 count white. That's all I know. So some of these, you guys, in my stash, I'm not going to take them out of the hoop. So let me move my needle out of the way. So there I'm at. You guys, all I have left is the S right here. I could literally finish this up tonight. And that's so cute. See, it's in a little, what size hoop is this? This is a little 5-inch hoop. So that gives you an idea of the size. They're not very big at all. They're super easy to work up, and they just make the cutest little, you know, little pillows or little finishes, perfect for like a dough bowl, or you could even do a little string of them together or put in a little tiny frame. They're just super cute. I thought this one was really fun for summer. So there's that one. I actually have stuff all ready to go, kitted up, like for my like 2 more stitches in here of Land That I Love and Squeeze the Day. Aren't those fun? So those are just in the same bag. I've already got the fabric cut and the thread pulled, and it's just already ready to go. So there's that. This one, my next whip, is by, this is by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is called My Country. It's My Country, 'Tis of Thee, Sweet Land of Liberty, of Thee I Sing. I've just always loved this one. I love that song. So I thought this was a really fun pattern. Ideally, I wanted to have this done before 4th of July, but it will be done for next year, 4th of July, right? You just have to roll with it. You know, you just got to do what you can do. Okay, here we've got it. So I've just started the arch that goes around the top with the different greens. And this has been a really fun stitch. I will tell you though, boy, counting the main ivy or green work, it's been a lot. Like I've had to count and recount to make sure, but it's fun. I can't wait till I'm going to get to the words right here, and then I can start. Actually, it's the birds, I think, at the top first, and then I can get, yeah, See the birds at the top right there? So yeah, I'm just at that very top part, and then I'll get to the birds, and then I can add in the flowers and the words, which will go really fast once I get to the words and stuff. So yay, that's fun. That's been a fun one to work on. I love patriotic stuff. I will tell you, this bag is a old, this is from, oops, let me put it inside. This is by Goose Designs, Goose. And I love, isn't that so cute? The little farm animals. I got this a couple years ago when I very first started stitching. And then my needle minder, or my needle thread keeper, this is by my mother-in-law. Her name is Mary Gregg, and she does, I'm going to have to put her link. I will put her link down in bio. Let me put it down here. I'm going to put her Etsy link because she makes thread keepers, and she also makes project bags, and she does a great job. She actually started making them for me and Dara, and she kind of let us help her figure out a prototype, and she did lots of practicing, and now she's got it down to where she does a really great job. So these are her her thread keeps, and they've got pockets on the front, so I always keep my things in here, and then inside you've got a place for all of your thread, and then she's got a little flap so you can put needles and things up there. So I love these. It's how I store, my thread is going crazy because it's stuck to the parts, but that's usually like, I always have this open when I'm stitching, and I put my little orts in here, and then whatever thread I've cut off that I'm not using, I put on there so that it's just ready to go, and I can use it when I need to grab another strand of it. And then they snap closed, and they're wonderful. So there's that one. Okay, what is next? Oh, here's my next one. This is another bag that she made. I love this. This is the little stars. And then on the back, I love that. And then inside is the stars as well. I'll pull it out and show you guys. See the stars inside as well. Isn't that cute? So this one is my Country Cottage Needleworks. This is my August sampler. It's really small and hard to see, so I'm going to insert a picture right here of what the pattern looks like. But this is the August Sampler of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. And again, this one is done on 16 count Witchelt Beautiful Beige, like I do all of them on, because I want to have consistent coloring for the frame that I change these out of every month. And here's my progress so far. So this is the little August house. I love those palm trees. Aren't those fun? I still have to finish. There's a row on the house roof that has to be finished. And then I'll be able to drop down and start doing all the shells. And then the, what was next after the shells? The little seagulls in the sand castles and stuff. So that's my progress. I have loved these. This was kind of my introduction to stitching. The very first piece one of the first pieces I started working on was the February Sampler of the Month. It was kind of where I just learned a lot of stuff about, making sure all your stitches go the right way. And I kind of just learned, about repetition and counting, just a lot of good little tips. So this was a really good series to start with, and it's been fun because I was thinking about how sad I'm going to be when all 12 of these are done, because I feel like these are kind of like my home base. Like I come back to these. I can stitch on all kinds of other things, but I always come back to these, and I just know how to do them now because I've done so many. I mean, I've only done 6 of them, but still you kind of get used to doing them, and then they become easier to do. So anyways, it's the August Sampler of the Month. And again, project bag. And then she made me a matching thread keeper. Isn't that cute? I love the print. And again, I'll put up on the screen a link to her Etsy shop and her stuff, but here's what mine looks like while I'm working. I love the thread keepers. I love the size. They're like a good size. They're not too short, and sometimes the short and small ones are too small for me, but I like the bigger size. So there's that. Super fun. And now we're going to start getting into a little bit older patterns. Let's see. I mean, not totally older, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this one is by Owl Forest Embroidery, and it is called the Swamp Witch. And it looks like that. And you might be thinking like, what in the world? That's kind of crazy. But I love like folklore and the stories about like Baba Yaga and the swamp witches and the fairy type stuff. I love that. And this is, it's a Russian, there's a lot of Russian folklore around the swamp witch. And if you go online and Google and read some of it, it's really fun. So I love, look at that little snail and the dragonfly frog. Look at the frogs that go all the way around the pattern. And the cool thing about Owl Forest Embroidery is they have the most amazing flosses. So let me show you. This is a Fat Quarter Shop Flea Market Flowers Floss Keeper that I got a long time ago. It's like a firm acrylic. And what's really cool is on the back, you can write on it with pencil and then just erase when you're done. And so I really love to use these for the Owl Forest is just really fun. So their flosses, I don't know if you can see. I'll see if I can show. I'll hold them up here. They're variegated. And so let me see if I can get a good one. Let me show you the orange and brown one. See the variegation? And this green one, greens and browns and light greens. That one's not as much. Let me show you this one. See the light and the dark in there? The yellow's got some good ones in it. The shades and stuff in it. Even this cream one has light and pink. When these stitch up, they stitch up so cool looking because of how they stitch up. So here is my progress so far. I haven't made it very far. I'm actually, but look, see that little frog? See how he came out so like variegated? And even the greens that I'm using, the variegation in the greens, they show up as you stitch. But what's interesting about these is you have to, if you stitch, you can't do the railroad where you stitch a whole bunch of half stitches one way, you know, half, 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 and then come back and cross, cross, cross all the way across. If you do that, you'll lose a lot. You won't see as much of the variegation. If you do each stitch completely, cross one way and then cross the other and you complete each stitch, then you'll really see the variegation really well. So you kind of have to be, it makes you have to count a little different. You have to be really mindful of that when you're doing stuff. Let me tell you the fabric that this is on. It's on 16 count Aida by Fiber on a Whim Espresso. So it's Espresso by Fiber on a Whim. And I love it. It's got browns and a little bit of green and it kind of looks murky. And I thought it would just be perfect for this stitch, for this pattern. So that's how far. And then I got their little needle minder, which is the little dragonfly that went with it. I got like the whole kit. It was really fun. Now, I got this before the war started in Ukraine, and there was a period of time where you couldn't get any of the threads or patterns or anything from Owl Forest because everything coming out of Russia was stopped. And then they went and they started to make their patterns available through a connection that they had digitally with a woman in France. And so all of their patterns were available on PDF. And then now they have actually found a way for there to be shipping out of Russia. And there's a specialty company that they work with now who ships, so you can get their kits and their flosses and things like that. So if you go to their website, owlforestembroidery.com, and go to the English version, I think in the top right corner, you can switch to the English version, and they have all the information about the shipping on their website. And so it's a little, more expensive. You pay for it. I haven't ordered since the war started, but these are kits I got before. But let me tell you, their floss is worth it. it is beautiful and it works up really well and I love it. So that's the Swamp Witch. And this, I thought I'll show you this one. This thread keeper that I have from this one is by Starlight Stitching Company. I don't know if you guys have ever seen her stuff. Her thread keepers are amazing. She does the full, so it's the same as my, you know, the insides where it has like a, you know, a thread bed inside with a little place for your needle. But then she does the full pockets on the front. And then what's really cool is inside the pocket, you can put stuff in here, but it also has a secondary place for you to put things like your scissors that you don't want to poke through this clear plastic or you don't want to get entangled. So it's a really fun feature of her thread keepers, and I love Starlight Stitching. And so she puts out new thread keepers on the 1st and the 15th of every month, and you go to starlightstitchingco.com. I think that's what it is. I'll put the link here so you know what it is. And her patterns are really cute. So, and when they go on sale, they usually sell out in a couple days, like a day or two, they'll be gone. So if you like certain ones, she'll kind of feature, like it's the end of July right now. So she'll start featuring this week, the ones that she's going to release on August 1st. So it's really fun to see. And then you can go pick one up if you want. So I really love her thread keepers as well. So there is the Swamp Witch. And this project bag is one by, isn't that beautiful? I thought it was perfect for the Swamp Witch because, you know, outdoors, all the plants. This project bag is by Pamsneedle. I'm going to have to put it right here. I think it's Pamsneedleandthreads, and it's on Etsy, and she's one of the first project bag makers that I found. And her bags are amazing. I love because she quilts them both ways, small. So they're really good. They stand up really well. And where I sit with my chair, I want my bags to stand up. So I really appreciate like that. Okay. Next. Oh, I love this one. Okay, this is my Fat Quarter Shop Chicken Club. Okay, you guys, I love chickens. Can I just say they make me happy? When I used to take my kids every year to the Clark County Fair, which is our local county fair, we had a huge animal barns and stuff, and there was this huge chicken area. And I love the chickens with those crazy flopsy haired, you know, mat, all the feathers on their top. And they just look so funny to me, and they have so much personality. Anyways, I've always loved chickens. We don't have them, but maybe someday we will. But I was like, when I originally started this year, I was like, because Fat Quarter Shop kicked off their, they started Chicken Club. And this is basically Lori Holt took all of the, she did a quilt called Chicken Salad. I think you can Google it, Chicken Salad by Fat Quarter Shop by Lori Holt. And she has 12 different squares on that quilt that have different images of chicken and chicks and roosters and stuff. And so what they did is they took all of those and they're slowly one by one turning them into cross stitch patterns. And I freaked out because I'm not a quilter, but I thought, oh my word, I could cross stitch them. So I joined the Chicken Club and I did it for 6 months. I did it from January to June. And then I thought, okay, I don't need 12 cross stitch patterns of chickens, but I could do 6. And so I got 6. And what I think would be really fun is to do, like, if you have a themed, like a bedroom, like a guest room, or in a bathroom, you could, you know what I mean? Kind of do like a picture, like where you kind of zigzag them across, you know, 4 or 5, and then maybe one behind the toilet, or, you know, kind of do a theme, like a farm theme in a room. That was my idea. Anyways, so I have been stitching on, this is actually the very first one. I have 6, but this is the very first one I'm still working on. So I still have 5 others, but this is Cornelius. And isn't that cute? So cute. And all of this finishing, like her, what was I going to say? Why is my brain going blank? Oh, they tell you on the back. That's what I love about Fat Quarter Shop. They tell you what fabric it was, what all the finishing was, so that if you want it to look exactly like this, you can. Their patterns are fantastic, really great. I have this is actually a little booklet like this, and I just have it open. I put all of mine in the plastic page protectors because that way I don't bung them up. So here's Cornelius. And oh, on the pattern, what's cool is if you want to add the name Cornelius, because it's the kind of chicken or the name or whatever, they actually have made the pattern so you can do it just like this, or you can do an extended version that has the name that goes right underneath it. And it's done really cute in like a little, you know, outlined frame, and it looks really good under the chicken. But I decided I'm not going to do the name, and I'm just going to do the chickens. So here is my progress on Cornelius. And I have, whoops, finished. Let me look up what I'm doing this on. Chicken Club, 33. Okay, this is on, by Picture This Plus, this is 16 count fog. Oh goodness, oh my word, this looks crazy. Okay, so I've got a piece of thread coming out. I'm working on his, I can't remember what it's called. What's the thing on top of their head called? That's what I'm working on. I can't think of the name of it. But this is Cornelius. Isn't that cute? It's super fun. So what's really fun about this is for those times when you just want to do a lot of fill-in, you don't want to be changing color every other minute, you just want a really simple stitch, that's what these are. And the way that I did these is I went through, and on this one, I actually did the red circles first, and then I went back and filled in all the outline of the lighter red. But on the bigger pattern, like on this, you can see I'm just doing row by row by row by row and just leaving the little dots out because it's pretty easy to do. You can do like in my mind, the way I do it is I'll look at a row and it'll be like 3 space 4 space 3 space 2 or something like that, right? So the way I'll remember it is I'll just remember 3 4 3 2. And so I'll stitch 3, skip a space, stitch 4, skip a space, stitch 3, skip a space 2. And then I'm done. And so it's easy for me to do it and just fill in that row, right? Super fun. And I'm looking at this one right here, and I'm thinking that there should not be 2 right there. I'm thinking I missed a spot. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to see. Did I miss a spot? No, I didn't. There's actually on that side of his thing, you can't hardly see it, but there's 2 right there. Let me make sure. Yep, there's 2. Okay, woo! Thought I missed it, you guys. I did not. Could not have Cornelius missing a stitch in his beautiful golden neck feathers. So I just need to finish up his red. I need to fill in his eye and then fill in the dots here, which is going to be the softer, I think it's softer. Yeah, it's a lighter yellow polka dot. And then there's the little chick that I'll fill in next too, which is really fun. And this little needle minder, Dara made, my daughter. So again, World on the String Etsy shop. She does these little fruit and veggie needle minders that are super cute. And again, this was on 16 count fog Ada by Picture This Plus. Thank you, Cornelius, for bringing us some chicken joy. Also, this bag, okay guys, I think if you've watched my first video, I think I shared some things that I love and things that bring me joy and that make me happy. And one of the things that I absolutely love is this artist. Her name is Susie Zhu. Susie Zhu. You've probably seen their cards, their stationery over the years. They used to be really big back in the 70s and 80s, 90s even. And she has fabric. And when I saw this, actually my husband surprised me and he bought it. He's a quilter. He bought the pattern, the fabric, and then he sent it to his mom and had her make me project bags for my birthday, for Christmas. And I love it. And he put inside, the inside fabric says like joy, sunshine, flowers. It's really, really cute. And she put a really pretty, like she made the little fob and has the little scissors on it. So cute. Little pull, little zipper pull right there. But I love, this is Susie Duckin. That's Witsy. That's Ollie Marmot. Everybody, that's Jack Quacker. Everybody has like a name in this little community. She's created a whole world called Susie's Zoo, and they have like a whole world that she creates in all of her artwork. And so I love this project bag. It makes me really happy. So that's why I do my chickens in it too, because they make me happy. Here's the little thread keeper. This is when she was kind of still testing out different sizes and stuff. This is just a smaller, shorter one. But it still has all of the, you know, still has room, has the little place for your needle and stuff. So it's perfect because it matches. Isn't that so cute? Okay. My next one is along the lines of chickens. This is my next whip. Is by Tiny Modernist. This is by Tiny Modernist, and it's called Your Own Kind of Beautiful. By Tiny Modernist, Your Own Kind of Beautiful. And that's the pattern. Sorry for the glare. I'm trying to get it so it won't glare. There we go. Not fun. Chickens makes me happy. So this is done by on 16 count Picture This Plus Serene. That's what it's called. 16 count Picture This Plus Serene. It's kind of a blue. This is it's kind of a blue-green, bluish. It's like a very pale blue aqua. And I've got the Be Your Own Kind of bow. That's my progress so far. And that's actually the middle of the butterfly. So I wanted to get the words done because then it's super easy to go off all the way around and fill in with the chickens and the floral and all that. So that's where I'm at with that one. And these are grime guards, which most of you guys know about them. But if you don't, grime guards are amazing because you can roll your fabric up. Like I have all my fabric rolled around this, and then you put this on. This one is actually a little too big for this frame. Normally they're a little farther out. And it protects your fabric so that while your hands are greasy or you do anything, you don't then get your fabric dirty, which you tend to think like, oh, my hands are clean, but there's natural occurring oils in our skin that soak into the fabric over time. And then as you move your piece around, there's parts that end up being dirty or a little bit greasy. And I don't know if you guys know this, but then at the end, when you go to iron your piece, sometimes that grease that's in your hands and stuff, the iron will actually kind of, decolor your fabric or stain your fabric a little bit with the heat. And so I had that happen once and kind of learned my lesson. So grime guards are amazing, and tons of people sell these on Etsy. Like there's lots of places you can find them on Etsy, and they're just a piece of material that is gathered on both sides, and you can get them for Q-snaps, hoops, you can get them for scroll frames, like all the things. So they're really helpful. I highly recommend getting them. And yes, this project bag, isn't that cute? It's got birds on it. I love this one. Honestly, I'm forgetting who made this project bag. I don't know if I have the project bag information in here. I don't. If I find it between now and then, I'll add it. But I love that one. Okay, next up. Another bag from my mother-in-law. This one, I can't show you. This is a test stitch for Dara that is coming out in the fall. And so, I'm sorry, but I can't show you. But here's a cute bag. Isn't that fun? Let's see. The next one is actually a pattern by Dara as well. This one is her Ice and Fire Sal. So here, I'm going to put a picture of it here because I don't have a picture of it in my, I just have the pattern. She's doing a sal this year, and if you haven't joined, you can still join in. Again, no rush. You can wait and see the whole thing come out and then decide whether or not you want to do it, or you can join in and start stitching along. She also has a Facebook group where we can chat about it. And honestly, I have been so delinquent. I'm like bad mom. I have the pattern. It's all downloaded, the parts that she's released so far. And I have done one stitch on it. So I'm not even gonna like, oops, take it out of the bag because I'm just gonna show you. There's my one little stitch right there where I got started. And this is an Ice and Fire Sal. So, and it's got kind of like a fairy mystical type of a thing. And so this is the fire fairy and the dragon in this whole side, which is gonna be really fun. So anyways, that's my start. And this one is on, I will tell you, I love the fabric I chose. Super fun. Oops. Oh my goodness. How did those fall out? I'll have to put those away. Scissors fell out. Don't want to miss those. Let me put this back in here. Yep. They fell out of my Susie Zoo. I just put, that's one of the reasons why I had my mother-in-law, I had her include the pockets, or I like the starlet stitching with the zipper so that you don't lose your scissors in your stuff. Okay. Oh, I was gonna look up what fabric that I'm doing her sal on. I am doing that on, let's see, 36. I'm doing it on 18 count Ada by Fiber on a Whim, and the color is Heather. So it's kind of a like purpley gray. It's got a little more purple than it shows in the light in the camera. It's kind of a purpley gray mottled looking. It's going to be perfect for all the colors going in that. So it's again 18 count Ada by Fiber on a Whim. The color's Heather. Okay, what is next? All right, this is another bag by Pamsneedleandthreads company, and I got the Lori Holt zipper pull. It's a strawberry. This is from Lindy, excuse me. This is from Lindy Stitch's Bird Crush Club. So I did the Bird Crush Club all through 2022, and what she did is she released a pattern once a month of a bird. She loves birds. If you haven't followed Lindy Stitches, go look at her floss tubes. Her floss tubes are hilarious. She's got the best sense of humor. She's such a wonderful lady. And she loves birds. And so what she did is she collaborated with a bird photographer named Chris, who takes these beautiful pictures of birds. And so this is a Stellar's Jay, and look at that picture, isn't that beautiful? And then she takes those pictures and then she turns them into cross stitch patterns. So she came out with 12 of these, and originally it was a part of a club that was exclusive for a year, and we got them every month. And what was really fun is in our club, we got the pattern, a specialty floss, and then we got stickers, we got information about the bird, we got extra pictures, excuse me, we got extra pictures that Chris had taken of the bird, and so that was kind of like a club feature. And then, yeah, guys, I'm going to be honest, I love this, I love birds. I'm still working on month 1. This is January's Bird Crush Club. But you know what? No shame, no judgment. I just haven't finished it up. I'm still in process. And you know what? I've had a million other, I like to stitch on lots of different patterns. And probably if I would just focus on one, I could totally get it done. But I enjoy moving around and doing it. My husband calls it spirit-led stitching. I just go where the spirit leads me, right? So, anyways, but I'm getting closer and closer to getting it done. Here is another grime guard. I'm going to pull it up a little bit so you can see. But I've gotten all, like, the branch done. I finally got that front, like, the eye part was some harder stitches where you had to go around. You had to do French knots and the little stripe there, and then, but I got the branch done, and the bird is all completely done except for his feet now. And then, if you'll remember in the picture, hold it up again so you can see. So now I just have a couple more little branches to finish up around the sides, and then it'll be all the greenery and then the words. Oh, and the lines on his back, see the lines on his back? How they're like cross-hatched? Or see, I've got the straight lines. I now need to go back and add in the back stitching that makes them like the cross-hatched look. So see that? I'm getting close. This has been fun to kind of plug away on. I just have to be in the mood to work on it is kind of how I feel about it. So it'll be fun. And then there's a place on Etsy where she tells you about the frame, but it's all that stuff is in the information. But oh, I was going to tell you, now she's releasing all of these patterns like once a month this year. She's been releasing, or every month she's been releasing like two more. And I think they're all almost released now. So you can go to lindystitches.com and you can look up the bird crush, and then you could just pick from the different ones that you like. I don't think they come with all the extra special stuff that we got when we were, you know, Bird Crush Club people, but you get the pattern and all that. And yeah, so there's that. Just fun. I'm sure I'm getting really close. I'll get that one done hopefully soon. It feels kind of like a fall winter stitch for me. This one, this bag, isn't that cute? This one is another Pam's Needle and Thread company, and she did a really cute, or this is a little zipper pull that I got. I think Mary might have made that one for me. I can't remember. Okay. Oh, this one I know. This is a Starlight Stitching and Company. Yep, Starlight Stitching and Company. Thread Keeper. Love these. Isn't that so fun? I love this one. I think the little strawberry zipper pull was here and it was too long. I feel like it was flailing all over, so I put it on my bag and I switched it out. So anyways, this pattern is by Fat Quarter Shop, and it is the Flea Market Flowers. This one was really popular a couple years ago when it first came out. When was this one? It came out in 2021, so it was a couple of years ago. And everybody was stitching on it, and I love it still, and I still want to get it done. I just haven't gotten very much done, but I still love it. I love this pattern. What's fun about it is there's a lot of fill in. Like you do a little part of the flower and then you just fill in. So again, it kind of feels to me like the chicken, where you can circle around, do parts, but they're smaller on this one, which is fun. And I love that you could work on just one little box at a time and get stuff done. So that's a fun pattern. And here's how far I am on it. So I've got the start of that one big flower. And again, see how I could like drop down and fill in, makes it really easy. I'm right now finishing up the circle that goes around, because I wanted to be able to fill in and do the this middle part. And so I wanted to fill in first, or get the circle around, and then that way then I could start doing the rows across, or fill in this motif inside and then do all the fill in. But it was really hard to count over to start that motif unless I have the outline of the circle. So that's why I was doing that. So again, Flea Market Flowers. And this just has kind of a farmy feel to me, so that's why I did the cow needle minder. So, yay. Whenever I go through all my whips like this, I'm like, holy cow, I need to be like stitching all the time. Like, who has time for anything else, right? Just needs to be stitching. Okay. Oh, guys, I have a story about this one. Okay. You guys know I love my husband. His name is Sean. I think he was in video number 4 or 5 with me. Maybe it was 3. If you want to meet him, you can watch one at that video. He's a big quilter. He works a really stressful executive type job. And so quilting for him is like therapy, calming. and he's amazing at it. He's so creative. He's so good with putting together color, and I really love that he loves to, be creative like that too. Anyways, he got me this project bag. I cannot remember who this project bag is by. It's by Brass Button. And she's on Etsy. Okay. And he got me this project bag because I love the story of Beauty and the Beast. And we always joke about, just him being the Beast and me being, the Beauty. It's just really funny. So we just kind of have a running joke. And I love the story. And I love this really cutesy fabric line. And so when he saw it in a project bag, he got it for me 3 years ago or so. And so I have to show you the inside print is so cute. It is so cute inside. See? It has the castle and the horse and her, and I love the inside as well. So he asked me, I put a project that I was working on for him in this bag because it reminds me of him because he gave it to me and all that stuff. So he fell in love with Owl Forest Embroideries, the 100 Owls pattern. So I love this too. I love so much of the Owl Forest embroidery patterns. I think they're amazing. Well, he, it's free on their website. This was a stitch along that they did a couple years ago. And so this pattern is actually free on their website. So I got super excited, downloaded it. I was all excited to go. I worked on it. I was so proud of myself. I got through this whole upper part with this. I got down into this whole part. And then you know what happened? I went to move my frame. I went to open my Q-snap up and move it over. And I realized that I had stitched it right here on this part. And so this part right here was right here. And there was no way that this pattern was going to fit. I was devastated. I was so sad, mad, irritated. I just had to put this pattern in timeout for a while because I was so frustrated. I couldn't deal with it. So I have been slowly ripping all of it out. So this is what's left to rip out. I've been frogging and frogging and frogging. Now, some would say, just throw the fabric away, just do whatever. Well, fabric's expensive, you guys. And it costs, this is a really big piece of fabric. It's already edged. It's already ready to go. I'm I just cannot imagine throwing away this big piece of fabric. And it's perfect. It's the perfect color for this project. So I've just looked at it as, if I wanted to if I needed to sit and watch a video or just when I do things with my hands, it helps me focus. And so sometimes when I didn't want to be counting, I didn't want to be stitching, I just needed to do something completely mindless with no, where I had to be careful, I would work on frogging. So I've made a ton of progress. It's the fabric's a little bit stretched right there, but I think it'll be okay when I turn it. This is actually the last part of an owl that I need to take out. Because again, you guys, look, I did it the wrong way. So now when I turn it this way, the way that it goes, and I start over and it comes down, it's going to be amazing. So, and then look, I have the little Beauty and the Beast, the stained glass window, needle minder even. And that's my little needle pin to do my picking. Oh, you guys, this has been, talk about frustrating and labor of love. Let me just say. But I know I still really love it. I love Owl Forest patterns. I love their flosses. Look at the flosses that are in this pattern, you guys. They're so pretty. They have so much variegation in them. Can you see that? They're just gorgeous. They make the most beautiful, when you're stitching stuff up, it's so pretty. And so I want to do this for him. And it'll just be that much more special when I am able to get it finished, because he knows when he saw what had happened, he felt so bad. He was like, oh no, and he understood why I put it in timeout, or why it's been in timeout for so long. He totally understands. but it is coming. It's almost on its way out, and then I will restart it. Maybe I'll restart it. His birthday's in September, which isn't that long away. Doesn't that kind of scares me? Ooh. Maybe I'll start it. Maybe it'll be like my Labor Day start or something to kick off September, since it's his birthday month. We'll see. Okay, next. Are you guys hanging in there? You need to take a bathroom break, potty break. If you do, I totally understand. We're doing good. We're making progress. So this one is a chart that I'm actually stitching up for Dara, and it's not a test stitch. She's already published this for sale in her Etsy shop and stuff. Again, that's my daughter. But she just wanted to also have a stitched up version to add to the pictures that she has. So this is the original artwork. It's called A Noble Work by Dara recharted this. World on a String by Dara. That's her Etsy shop. It's World on a String by Dara, all one word, and her Instagram is World on a String by Dara, and Dara is D-A-R-A. Anyways, this is called A Noble Work. In heaven, a noble work was done when God gave man a mother. And this picture, she actually tells the story of this pattern, and she includes it in the pattern when you purchase it. But her husband's great grandmother, I think, stitched this when she was like 8 or 9 years old. And it's hanging actually in their family home, in the grandparent, like our son-in-law's grandparents have this hanging in their home. And when she saw that, she was like, oh my word, I need to turn that into a pattern. So that's what I'm working on. That's one of my whips. It's by Picture This Plus 16 count ancient. Okay, and here we go. This is the fabric is called ancient. See all the it just has this real mottled kind of antique type of a vibe looking. And what I chose this part of the fabric because it won't have the really dark modeling on it, but it'll have a little bit, and it looks kind of worn, which I thought was perfect for this sampler. So that's actually the dress of the lady, of the mom. You'll see it's all kind of broken up like that, and I'm filling in the different parts. So that's what I've gotten done so far. And this is a little Anne of Avonlea or Anne of Green Gables needle minder, which I just thought was very perfect. This is done by my mother-in-law. Sean, my husband, found this fabric, and actually I think my mother-in-law found it, and she made me a project bag with it. And I love the Anne of Green Gables movies. They're some of my favorite books too. And so she made me up a project bag, super cute, kind of pretty rainbowy zipper. And then she made me a matching thread keep as well. So that's really special. And I thought that just fit the vintage vibe of this pattern. So I thought it was fun to put my project in here, store it in here. It made sense. So there's that one. And then next, oh, this is a fun one. I have not worked on this one in a hot minute. This one is called Midnight Magic. Hold on a minute. Okay, let me make sure I get this all put away. Ooh, this is going crazy. Okay, this is called Midnight Magic, and this was in the Cross Stitcher magazine from October of 2021. And it looks like this. Everything is better with a little magic. I adore this pattern. I think this is so fun for fall, Halloween. I mean, look at that. Ghosts and pumpkins and a mansion, and I love the variegated stuff. Look at those witches. Look at that magic. And those pumpkins at the bottom with the candles. Be still my heart. So fun. Super cute. So, it's again called Midnight Magic, and it's the Cross Stitcher magazine, October 2021. And I have gotten not very far, but there's my start on that. So there's the mansion, and I'm starting to do the little clouds that go out. They come off of the edges of that. And this is a needle minder, I think from Alforest, from one of my different kits that I got. And this is done on, let me see what I did this on. Fabric for this one is, oh, I started this on my birthday, April of 2022. So over a year ago. Well, hello. I need to put some time into that. That will be fun. I'll have to put some more time into that this fall. Okay, this is by Emma Congdon. This is on 16 count Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim. So I think I was originally going to try this on like a black. No, I cannot stitch on black. Really dark fabrics are really hard for my eyes. So I went with this one. And again, this is Night Sky. So it's a real deep gray, but it's got some modeling on it, which I really liked. And I thought that that was really fun. So there's my start to that one. And I have to show you this bag, guys. This, again, was another one of my very first Pamsneedleandthreads. I got this one way back when I very first started collecting supplies, even before I started cross-stitching. Is this not the cutest? I love this pattern of fabric. Look at those little bats. So cute. And then look inside. I mean, how cute is that? So cute. So that's that bag. And let me get this all put away. And then my mother-in-law made me a fun needle thread keeper. And this is when she was kind of working on her prototypes. She was doing a great job. Again, trying different things inside. She did a little snap here to hold a scissor thing, which we actually ended up deciding we don't need because we can just hold them in here. Which, what is that in there? Something is in there, poking like crazy. Huh, scissors, that's all. So I thought this was fun. It goes with the Halloween theme. So there's that. Midnight Magic. Okay, next up is, this is fun too. Okay, this is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Under the Sea Sal. So it's all done now. They've released the whole thing. I'm just still on this section. I am working on the under the sea part right here, the words, and the and I'm finishing up the whole treasure chest area. So this is the Under the Sea stitch along with Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, which I love. They're wonderful, fun company. And this was how the Sal was released. It came out in different parts. So I'm on this part right here. You guys, if you join Sal's and you don't get stuff done, don't feel bad about it. Instead of being stitch-alongs, I call them start-alongs. I'm sure you've heard other people say that. But it's like, don't put any pressure. Come back to them when you're in the mood. So here's where I'm at. So I got the snorkeler, I got the manta ray, I've got most of this done. There's still some stuff parts over here, a little bit that I need to finish. And then I'm working on the Under the Sea. Not fun? And this fabric, I picked this fabric because I wanted it to look like bubbles, like tons of bubbles. Some people use this fabric for winter too because it looks like snow, but I thought it was really fun because from a distance, it looks like bubbles. So that's why I did it. So this is on 16 count Aida by Fabric Flare, and it's called Snow on Aqua. So 16 count Aida by Fabric Flare, and it's called Snow on Aqua. Isn't that fun? This was their 2022 stitch along. I love it. It's going to be this whole adorable underwater scene. which I'm really excited about. Okay, guys, and I have to show you this project bag. Again, my husband had, when he had the Susie Zoo one made, he also had this one made. I love frogs. And so he found this lily pad fabric. And then you guys, he paired it with, how cute is this? He had his mother make it. I mean, look at that. How cute is that? Little frogs and lily pads. Isn't that so fun? He's so sweet to me. So that's a fun project bag that I love. Okay, last pile, you guys. Are you hanging in there? Is anyone? I've got, this is kind of like the last of my fall and Christmas stuff. Okay, this next one is by Long Dog Samplers. And this is called Slava Ukraini. And this one, a lot of you guys, this is a free one. If you go to Long Dog Samplers and go to their freebies, you can get this one. This came out when the war with Ukraine first started. And so I've been working on this. And I got the whole main section in the middle done. And now I'm just starting to work on the outside before I get into all the flowers. Okay, so I really love this pattern. This is a really fun, sweet stitch. Oops, sorry, my camera is wiggling. Oops, let me move back a little bit. There we go. I love this pattern. This is a really fun, sweet stitch. As most of you know, if you saw in my earlier videos, I've actually been to Ukraine. Back in college, I did a 1-month exchange program, and I was over there. So I really feel burdened for all the stuff that's going on in Ukraine, and my heart is breaking for how devastated that country has been because of this war. And so every time I stitch this, I think of the people that I know and love over there. And I really want to keep working on it and start getting all of the flowers done. So that is Slava Ukraini. Okay. All right, guys. We are nearing the end. This is another bag by Pamsneedleandthreads. Cute. Just wanted a pink bright one, and it has some, the colors inside were kind of a soft, it was Easter. It's like a bunny. I got this one for spring. I thought that one was really cute. Because, you know, the project bags are half the fun, right? In cross stitching, you have to have fun project bags. You have to have bags that like go with your theme. You have to have needle minders you like. I'm all about making the accessories fun. I think it's important. Okay, so the next one is by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it's called Happy Harvest. Looks like that, by Country Cottage Needleworks, Happy Harvest. And I will show you what I've gotten done on it. So here is what I've gotten done. I've got the barn. That is a barn, right? House barn. It's a, yeah, because of the barn door. And then I got part of the fence. The birds have started, and I've started my little tiny row of pumpkins, because there's pumpkins and apples in there, which is going to be so cute. Isn't that fun? Love my little frog needle minder too. So cute. And then this is a little grime guard that's all little pumpkins. Isn't that cute too? So anyways, yeah, I've made some pretty good progress on this. I kind of got the bulk hardest part of the project done, because now if you look at what's left in the pattern, it's the, like the grass I've done. So I'm finishing up the grass right now. There's grass, and then you've got all of the, like the little, what are those? Pumpkins, corn, and tomatoes. And then I've got the trees and things like that, but that'll go pretty quick. So yay, I'm excited about that one. That one will be perfect come fall when I'm ready to do some fall stitching. And this bag is one by my mother-in-law. She did a spooky Halloween-y kind of thing, and she did a matching thread keeper too. And the inside of the bag has that that one. Not fun? So love that. Okay, next whip. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 left, and we're all done. This one, oh yes. Okay, oh, that one. I forgot to tell you what the fabric was on that one. That was the Happy Harvest. That one was on, Happy Harvest was done on 16 count Witchelt white chocolate. 16 count Witchelt white chocolate. Okay, this one that I'm going to show you next is done by Pine Needle. Okay. So what it is I don't actually have a picture of the entire thing. Let me put this on my board. But what it is it's kind of like a little Advent square stitch along that she did. And if you go to pineneedle.com, I'm pretty sure, she has, she did one for Christmas one year, like an Advent stitch along. And then this one she did, it's called Pine Mountain Designs. Pine Mountain Designs. It's Sandra Workman. And she did a Christmas Advent one. And then this is like a autumn, October stitch along. And there isn't like a main, let me see if I can pull this out. It's just called the October Halloween stitch along. And again, Pine Needles. It just says Pine Needles. So I would look for Pine Mountain Designs or pineneedles.com online. And then you can download the pattern there. And so when she lets that stitch along out at the very beginning, when she does it, they're free. And then after they're done, then she puts them behind her paid platform, usually about a month later or 2 later after the whole thing's done. So this is her Halloween one. And it is 5 or 6 stitches wide. I can't remember. Hold on. My goodness, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because this is the grid that she gives you for free that has as all the places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 by 5. So there's 30 spots for little tiny images that go along with every month. And I know there's 31 days in October, but it's it's the cutest. There's all these fun little images. So you've got Eek, you've got spells, you've got the little hat broom and hat, and you've got the moon with the bats. Now, I'm telling you, there is a Facebook group for Pine Needles, and it is amazing because people have taken her stitch alongs, the Christmas one, the Halloween one, and I don't know if she's doing another one this year or if she's done another one. I haven't checked recently. But people will change. They'll go in and like, they've changed colors, they've changed words, they've changed, like I actually did the moon in a way softer. She had it in a really dark, very, very bright yellow, and I wanted it in a much softer, kind of more like a pale moon. People have done like there was one where it was a skeleton, and people who didn't want to do a skeleton, they did like a scarecrow. Like it was really amazing the ways that people changed or edited to make it work for what they were comfortable with, or the colors that they liked, or maybe they didn't like 2 boxes together and they wanted to switch it around. The Facebook group is phenomenal for ideas like that. So it's a really fun stitch, and I'm doing this one on, let me look what it's on for 9. I'm doing this on 14 count Zweigert. Oh, yeah. It's 14 count by Fiber on a Whim, and it's called Cypress. 14 count Fiber on a Whim Cypress. And it's kind of a gray green. There's a little bit of yellowy green to it. It's more color true here than it is when I put it up close. It kind of switches more blue. It's a little more true to this color farther back. Has a little more yellowy in it. Anyways, this is a really fun stitch. And what was super fun is if you just pull it out and do one little block a day, super fun. I didn't get started on it. I didn't see the Sal until way late. And so it was like, I think they were finishing up in like a week, like 4 or 5 days. And so I wasn't in the rhythm of doing 1 stitch a day. So I really want to pull this out and get back into the doing it 1 stitch a day, especially this fall. So I'm thinking about pulling it out in September and just starting to plug away on it. I think that would be really fun. So there is that one. Super cute. I can't believe, you guys, it's summer and it won't be long. We're gonna blink and it's gonna be fall. How did that even happen, right? Seriously. And this was another of Pam's bags, and the inside is just beautiful. Look at that, those big beautiful flowers. And then it's this really autumny, harvesty color orange on the outside. And see, you can see some of the little patterns. This was for an autumn wreath, and really fun. Okay. Oh, here we get into winter and Christmas. Okay, so this next stitch is by the Calico Confectionery. I actually got it on Annabella's.com or Annabella's on Etsy. Do you guys ever shop on Annabella's on Etsy? She has an amazing Etsy store. Incredible. Their shipping is incredible. They're super fast, and she literally has every single pattern you could imagine. And this is called Winter Rest. Yeah, Winter's Rest. I just love that. I thought it was so like peaceful and sweet. It would make a cute little pillow or frame for a dough bowl. I really like that. Again, the Calico Confectionery. And this is another one of Pam's bags, polka dotted with, look at those little snowmen, you guys. So cute. It just screamed winter. So I love that. And this one, let me pull this out of the way. This is done on 14 count Aida in smoky white. It looks gray. It's actually very tan. This is more the color back here. It's very tan and kind of creamy tan looking. As I get closer, it turns gray and the light turns it more blue, but that's not it. It's more tan like this. So I am working away on the trees. Because the trees are separated like that, it takes a lot of counting to make sure you get it right. And then, so I mainly got all the words. I've got the little cabin to do and the rest of the frame around it. But this is a really fun little stitch. So yeah, again, that's 14 count Aida smoky white. That's fun. Okay, we've got 3 left. Okay, this one is by, she's on Instagram, and it's a lady named, I want to say it's Melissa, pretty sure. And she has her Instagram handle is Pinker and Punkin Quilting. Yeah, Pinker, Pinker, and then N, the letter N, Punkin, Punkin Quilting. Pinker and Punkin Quilting. And here's a little, you can see her hashtag right there. Pinker and Punkin Quilting. Melissa releases tons and tons and tons of free patterns. You guys, they're adorable. If you enjoy smalls, she does a few that are a little bit bigger, but she does a lot of smalls. And they're so cute. They're so fun. I love her stuff. And so she has a series on there called Prim, the Prim series. And it's a Christmas holiday series. And so I'm going to undo so you can see this one. I've shared it before, but obviously I've shared all of these before. But I thought I would show you this one. So here's one This one's called Love. And then this one's called Peace. See the little cardinal on top of that snowman's head. And then there's Hope, which is the candle. Sorry, you guys, this isn't ironed. And then, what is this one? I can't remember what the words of this one are. Joy. This one's Joy. The words underneath the tree are going to be Joy. So isn't that so cute? So you've got Love, Peace, Hope, Joy. And there's like 2 or 3 more of them. Or there might even be, actually, I think there's 4 more. 4 or 5 more. Because I cut the fabric so that I could do enough so that I could get them all out of the same piece of fabric and just move my way around before I finish them. Isn't that cute? And they're really easy to stitch up. Just cute, simple little stitches. You guys, these are all free. You just go to Pinker and Pumpkin on Instagram. She has a link in her bio to her blog. And then you go to her blog and then you just start going down through each of her posts. You can go back and she'll almost always in the title of a blog post put freebie or free or whatever. You can also search for like the Prim. You could search Prim and it'll pull up all of the Prim Stitchers patterns. She has so many patterns that are fun. She has salt box houses. She has all the kinds of stuff. So anyways, she's wonderful. She's the sweetest lady too. If you ever message her or have a question about her pattern, she gets right back to you and she's just so kind. And she oozes creativity. She loves what she does. She's just a grandma. She loves to be super creative and, she's just the sweetest lady. And she's she keeps her, she always like around the seasons will show like she has a big hutch and a big tree that she decorates seasonally with, you know, things for everything from, you know, like right now she probably has like patriotic up. And then in the fall, she'll do a fall one, then she'll do a Halloween, then she'll do Christmas. And she's very, she loves all the seasons of the year and she loves to decorate. And she has tons of things that she's quilted or sewn or stitched or whatever. And I love looking at her stuff because it's just inspirational. It's really fun. So highly recommend that. This again was another bag by, Pamsneedleandthreads, and this one inside was really pretty soft snowflakes. Isn't that pretty? And then the thread minder was one that my mother-in-law Mary made with the snowman fabric. And this was one when she was working on her prototypes and she realized like, whoops, I got the same fabric in here and she needed to do meant to be this, and then this was upside down. So I didn't mind getting her knockoffs and her practices because they still work, even though they're not like, you know, perfectly whatever. But like, here's my mess inside. But it doesn't matter because they still work and they're fine and I love them. So thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mom. Okay, this one, you guys have seen, a lot of you guys have seen this one. It's an older fat quarter shop. This is one that Sean knows that I love trees and nature and birds and things like that. So he had a couple of these fabrics in his stash. And when he sent up the different bags to have his mom make some, he, actually, this is the one that he had. He sent the fabric to Pam way back when, I don't know if Pam does this anymore, but she used to, you could contact her and send her fabric and she would make up bags for you. And so this is one where, see, it has the tight cross hatching or cross, 1-inch quilting. And then she put the trees on the inside. Isn't that cute? I really love it. Okay, so this one is by It's So Emma, which is available on Fat Quarter Shop. It's by Lori Holt, and it's her vintage Christmas sampler. Super fun. I love this one. Now this one is done on 10 count vintage cloth or 10 count Aida, which is really big. But when I was first starting out, I thought, oh, I'm going to try tin count. I'd never heard or really worked with it. My husband got this for me the first Christmas that I was stitching. Actually, it was right before I started stitching, because I started stitching in... When did I start stitching? I wrote myself a note. I started collecting cross-stitch supplies in 2019. And I finally started stitching in February of 2021. So I think this was the Christmas of 2020 when he got me this. Or it might have been the Christmas in 2019 where I started finding things that I was like, oh, I want to stitch that. So, but I didn't know much about sizes. So I did get this was a kit, and it came with the original, the 10 count fabric. Now I am changing some of the colors in this, like the ornament. I didn't want as much of the turquoisey, blue and the pink. I mean, the pink is okay, but I didn't want as much of the stuff. I wanted a little more traditional colors. So here is what I've done. So I've done the tree, the house, the ornament, the snowman, I've actually finished up onto the snowman, the tree, and I've done the part above that too, which is let me see if you can see just a little bit of it, which is the gingerbread and the candy canes, but it's under my Q-snap, and because I'm being lazy, I'm not going to take it out. Okay. So, yes, and I had to get this needle minder because if you know me, I love Christmas music, and I will listen to Christmas music pretty much year round. I love it so much, and my family, I can drive them crazy. I have multiple stations on Spotify that I listen to. I love instrumental. Oh, I just love it. I love Christmas music. I love all the crooners, all the old time music with Frank Sinatra, you know, Nat King Cole, all those guys, Bing Crosby. So yeah, so I'm determined this season to get this done because all I have left now is this row right here. I'm finishing up the mug, and then I have got the this row right here, and I will have the whole thing done. So I'm like, this is doable. This is so much fill-in. Like, that's just fill-in, ton of fill-in. This one will be a little more colors, but not bad. This is a lot of fill-in with the blue and that red. I mean, these are just fill-in. So this will be really easy to do. So I'm super excited. So yeah, that is a huge one. The frame is big. It goes really fast, although it uses a lot of floss because on a 10 count, you have to use, you know, typically you use like on a 16 count, 14, 16 count Ada, which I like to do a lot of. Sometimes on 18 count, you use 2 strands of floss over one, right? In 10 count, you use 4 strands of floss. So you fly through your floss on these really fast. But when it's done, it'll be cute. So I'll be glad. And then this is my last one. I'm going to show you guys. Oh, and that 10 count Ada came with the kit for the Lori Holt. It is let me see. The Vintage Christmas Sampler. And it is on 10 count oatmeal. And it was she sold it in the kit. It came in the kit. So, yeah. They have it on Fat Quarter Shop. Okay. It's called Christmas is Coming, and it's the Advent. Why am I showing you the pattern? Christmas is Coming, and it's an Advent calendar pattern. See all those little motifs? Super, super cute, right? Well, I decided instead of doing it in an advent calendar, because we already have one that we like, I decided to do it all in one block, kind of like the Halloween one. I just wanted it to be close together. And then that way I could put it in a frame and hang it up every year. So this is from, hold on, this is from the Cross Stitch magazine. issue 376 from November 2021. Yeah, the Cross Stitcher magazine, November 2021. And it's by Doreen Jones, which if any of you guys have stitched her stuff, she does the cutest little designs. She's so good at mini images. So let me show you this. So this is done on 14 count Blizzard Blue Ada. So I completely switched mine up. I wanted mine to be bright and fun, and I wanted it to be all my own colors because I didn't want to do it on, they have theirs on a white, right? They have theirs on white, and they had it in a little more darker subdued colors. I wanted mine to be really bright and fun. So this is, I don't know if you can see the sparkle in the fabric at all. If you look here, you can see a little bit of the sparkle. This is a Blizzard Blue, and it has that iridescent sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see that, just barely. And then those are the things. So I did all my own colors. I did, obviously, Blanc is white. And then I have 3862 is the brown. 930 is the dark blue. 825 is the medium blue. 813 is the light blue. 312 is the red. And 703 is the green. So if you'll notice, there's a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. Actually, excuse me, the light blue almost is the color of the fabric. So we've got light blue, medium blue, dark blue. Like this is dark blue, medium blue, and then the light blue is what's around the Santa and the angel. And it doesn't look like that much, but it just enough makes them pop out that it helps a little bit because they're on a really light fabric. And like the Santa, when I didn't have the blue done, I don't know, I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I'm going to do the blue on the rest of it because I like it, but I don't like it. I don't necessarily know if you need it. So like, yeah, I'm not sure. I might pull that out. I haven't decided yet, but that is the Christmas is Coming Advent. And that's my last whip. And I'm starting my next square right there. And this is a really fun one. Again, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and there's 5 rows down. So there's 25 squares on here, which will be fun when it's all done. I can't wait to get that done and frame it, be able to hang it up every year. So that's all my whips, you guys. Thank you for hanging in there with me. This has been, I know, a long video. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. I hope you've been able to get some stitching done, and I hope you're enjoying your summer. You're not burning up. It's not too hot where you are. It's been hot. We've had some lot of days of 90-degree weather, which for the Northwest, that's pretty high. And we're going to cool down a little bit this week, but then we're shooting back up into 90s for the next few weeks, which is typical of our August. But whew, we're kind of getting to the hot part of our summer. So anyways, thanks you guys again for joining me. And I am hoping now that I really want to come back to this and start doing it like every couple weeks or at least once a month. But for sure, I just want to do this more because I love stitching so much, and I have so many things I want to talk to you guys about that I've just been making notes. It was too much to put all in here, but there's all these things I want to like talk about with stitching, all these things that I've, some upcoming things with stitching, like the Jingle Ball that I went to last year, and I didn't even I didn't get to tell you guys a recap from that. And then the Jingle Ball that's coming up again this December, which I'm super excited about. Again, it's an online gathering. If you're someone who can't go to retreats, the Jingle Ball is for you, because if you can't physically attend, the Jingle Ball is an online event. So no matter where you live in the world, no matter what your situation is, you can join from your pajamas, in your living room, sitting in your stitchy chair. It's amazing. It's super fun. You buy a ticket and you get access for all weekend. I will talk more about it in one of my next videos, okay? And I will, I'll just probably keep talking about it all through the fall because it's a super fun thing to attend, and it wasn't crazy expensive. You paid a one-time fee. Your ticket was like, I can't remember. It was like $20 or less, I think. And you had access for the whole weekend to just, there's stitchy tables, quote unquote stitchy tables, or stitchy rooms where you would go in based on different things. You could be like Night Owl or Love Samplers, or there were tables that had different names, and you could click on them and you'd go in, and it was a Zoom room full of all these people who had a similar interest to you, and they're all just sitting there stitching, and you just got to chat and get to know people. You guys, it was amazing. So there's things like that that I want to talk with you guys more about, and I love talking stitching, and so I'm going to have to come back here so we can keep chatting. Okay? Thanks you guys for joining in. And I will, again, I hope to be on again in a couple of weeks. And so thanks for joining me for my WIP parade. And I will see you guys soon. Happy stitching. Bye.